the recognized symbol of excellence in collecting podcasts.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio. This is a show where we have a good time talking about action figures, toys, collectibles, and all that sort of thing. So if that is what you are into, you have come to the right place. My name is John Sargent.
And my name is Christian McGann.
We are loaded as per usual. Today we are going to resurrect toy lines. I've got one. You've got one. Cannot wait to talk about mine. We're going to go over the news of the week, and then we are going to create our own G.I. Joes.
I'm excited.
Out of the thin blue air. So that's what's going on today. If you guys want to follow what goes on with us throughout the week, hit us up at Mighty Champions on Instagram. That's where you can follow along with our toy hunts, our purchases, the news, the things that are dropping. Stay active with us, chat with us, answer the questions, ask us the questions, all that sort of thing at Mighty Champions on Instagram. If you're a fan of the show, you like what we do, go ahead and subscribe to it wherever you're listening to us and leave us a review. That really helps us grow. In fact, it's the only way we can grow. So if you're on Apple, leave us a 5-star there at the bottom of your feed. If you're on Spotify, hit the 3 little dots, leave us a 5-star in the review section there. It would be supremely appreciated by both of us. All right, that pretty much covers the admin. Christian, what have you been up to lately?
Oh, man. You know, I woke up this morning and I was thinking about something that took place, and I was like, well, man, so last week, and then I realized that was not last week, but it was like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, Monday, and I'm like, dude, this week has been really long. Right? You were you went to Dallas this week?
I went to Dallas this week. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So even then, right there.
This has been a month-long week.
It is. You know, to quote Kramer, from when he had the Merv Griffin show, and they brought up El Paso, and he said, I spent a month there one night.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like right now. But yeah, man, not too much. Last Sunday, which was Easter Sunday, didn't have much going on, and my girlfriend and I decided to travel to San Antonio, Texas, to go to Eckman's Books and Collectables, which, looking back in hindsight...
Which you had been to like 2 weeks before.
2 or 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing the 50% off.
Had a Marvel Legends amazing haul.
Oh my God, it's still a dream come true. But yeah, you know, looking back in hindsight, probably not the smartest decision to just drive up to San Antonio Easter Sunday when like most things were closed and it was just that one spot. And
the itch took over.
The itch got me bad, man. Real bad. So that was fun. They had a lot of really good stuff there, obviously. It was kind of like being more strategic about what I was going to walk away with. I did have some Marvel Legends that I was like, okay, here we go. It was going to be Cable. And then there was another Captain America that I have, like more of the Ultimate Captain America.
Okay.
That was like $20. And in box, everything. That was the one that I stole from the little kid that I have on display right now. And
I love just no context to that at all.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, it was a long time ago. I'm a different guy.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago was a long time ago.
Exactly. What do you mean? He was freaking 2 feet tall. What are you going to do? But anyway, so I ended up walking away with some Lucy's. I realized, I was like, you know what? Because they had the Cable there, and this was a loose Cable, but it came with everything. And Cable's expensive. He's like one of the more expensive Toy Biz Marvel Legends. So
there's one Cable?
No, there's two variants. There's like two of them. There's a variant version where he's dressed brown, and then a blue and yellow one, I think. I have to double check what it is.
Okay. But there's like the blue-gray, like standard one.
Pretty much,
Is that the one you got?
I think that was the one that I was going to get, yeah.
Okay.
So it was $40, but then it was 50% off. They're doing 50% off of all DC Universe Classics Marvel Legends, like a literal dream come true for me
that's your
specifically.
wheelhouse.
That's why I'm like, I made a reel for that location kind of marketing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm so biased that I literally don't care if this store doesn't have what you need. It has what I need, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided, I was like, you know what? I need to fill up my DC Universe Classics shelf. So I ended up walking away with Our Man, the Atom, and Captain Atom.
Okay.
So
heavy hitters in your world.
Yeah, I love those. I love those B and C rated characters. I mean, the Atom's pretty, I would say, not too far back, but you know, characters like, you know, Captain Atom, I guess, and then the Hour Man. But yeah, I was like, that's perfect. Spent like $35 on 3 figures.
Dude, not bad at all.
Not bad at all. But that's it on my end. You obviously went to Dallas.
Man, I had a pretty... So I had a work trip that was going to place me in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
I had to go to Dallas, which is about a 3 to 11 hour drive from here,
Yes.
right? And I had to be there Monday through Wednesday. And so the plan was I had a bunch of stuff to sell to Dallas Vintage Toys. I was going to go to Dallas Vintage Toys and I had stuff to sell. I had like a tub with like, I want to say probably 15 figures in it. Some inbox, some loose stuff, some pretty decent stuff, some pretty crappy stuff as well. And okay, so I'm going to be there Monday through Wednesday. I'm in work mode Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll go up Monday. I'll spend the day there, take myself on a little toy date.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit North Dallas Antique Store. I'm going to hit Dallas Vintage Toys, and I might hit Plano Antique Mall also. So turned out I had to work here a little bit in the morning, so I was like, I'll just go after that.
Yeah.
And while I'm at work, I look up Dallas Vintage Toys and find out they are closed on Monday and Tuesday. And my heart legitimately broke. I was crushed. Like absolutely crushed. And then I'm like, all right, well, I guess I could still just go to the antique mall. Like that's an option. And
Well, there's another toy store.
well, yeah, there's also Jaden's Toys up there, advertised as the biggest toy store. I've yet to go there, and I really want to go there. Also closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays also.
Yeah. Well, Tuesday wasn't an option for me no matter what.
yeah.
So I'm like heartbroken.
Yeah.
So you pitched the idea to me, well, why don't you just dip early on Wednesday and then you can go to DVT? And I'm like, that's an option, but it's not a guarantee, right? So Monday, I drive up there early. I go to the North Dallas Antique Mall, which I learned about from our toy soldier, Boxy Brown. Follow him on Instagram because he's out there buying stuff daily. So I go in this place. It looks like an antique mall. It's filled with lamps and vases and couches. It's enormous, but you walk in and it kind of tells you there's more upstairs and downstairs. And I'm like, okay, there's a couple different levels here. And you don't want to miss anything, so you take the time to kind of look through the couches and vases and like not look through them, but just scan it real quick. Make sure like you're looking for plastic.
Right.
Like basically is the idea. So I walk this whole thing and I'm just like dread is just sinking in. Okay, like DVT's closed. This is my only option. Like I'm getting.
Sometimes it smiles on thee in scenarios like that.
Yeah.
But
so then I go, all right, I'm done. I'm done with all the like lamps. So like let me go downstairs. The downstairs area is where all the like pop culture's at.
Okay.
And I was like, sick. And they're like booths, right? Like rooms without walls. Like,
yeah.
And one of them is Blockbuster.
Oh,
and
cool.
it has an action section, a wrestling section, a comedy section of VHSs.
Beautiful.
And some of them are sealed and the other ones are not. And I looked through them and I'm only looking for sealed and I didn't find any. But it was really cool. It's a cool display. It's like cool to just like stand in this little tiny miniature kind of blue and yellow Blockbuster thing. It's got like standees and wrestling posters and all this kind of stuff. It was cool. It was cool to like look at. And then there's one that's like horror stuff, a lot of like newer NECA and that kind of stuff. No Predator, nothing that I collect, but cool to look at. And then the next one is kind of like 90s wrestling / pop culture stuff. Some thrift store shirts and for $100 and things like that. Very cool. Nothing that I buy. Right. And that kept on being the theme of like, oh, this is cool, but I don't buy it. Nothing for me. Okay. Finish the downstairs, go upstairs. The upstairs is even cooler. There's a whole Godzilla room. Like very heavy, like you'd have to be a major fan, which I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a minor fan, but I'm not a major fan.
Right.
And it's very, very like posters, like tons and tons and tons and tons of posters. And there's a spinning display in the middle that's like lighting up with like actual import Japanese stuff. And like, if you are a Godzilla fan, this is your dream come true.
Wow.
And then there's another room that's another horror section, lots of posters and all that kind of stuff. Very cool. Not for me. Then I go into the last room, very much is for me. Just didn't have anything that I collect necessarily. There's like wrestling stuff, there's superhero stuff, but it's stuff. It's not action figures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know. My phone died getting there, or else I would have pictures and videos for you guys. But what they did have was a little like 1.5 or 2 foot tall, not 3-dimensional, but like multi-layered Rambo 2 standee that would have been like at the video store that says not for sale on it. And I was like, man, I'd probably pay $100 for this thing if I could find somebody to give $100 to.
Yeah.
And then they had another similar one, like cardboard standee thing for Rambo Force of Freedom. I was like, if I bundle these together, like I will buy these.
Yeah.
They were so cool, but it's an antique store. I didn't know how to buy something. I don't know. I was like, who do I talk to about this?
Yeah.
I didn't know how it worked. So I leave there empty-handed. Very cool experience. I would suggest to anybody who's in Dallas, go check it out. It is fun. And I'm bummed, dude. I'm so bummed. Like I'm depressed. And I'm like, all right, let me just go check into the hotel. Put in the directions, get about 1.5 miles down the road and see another sign that says Antique Mall. And I'm like, the gods are shining on me, right? Like, here we go. Pull off real quick, charge my phone for another like minute or two just so I can get it up to yellow. Go into this place. It's nothing but ceramics. It's nothing but flower print couches and lamps. And I'm like, there's like a little booth with employees. And they see me look around, and then when I like choose a path, I hear them have a conversation about, oh, people walk in and they think that it's smaller than it is, and then they're like blown away or whatever, right? So I spend, I don't even know, 15 minutes zigzagging this entire thing. There's not one thing in here made of plastic. It's all genuine antiques. Who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares, dude? This is mom stuff.
Just walk out. This place is full of junk.
I'm 42 years old. I've never felt more 5 in my life.
Dude.
I was just like, ugh.
It's crazy. It's like we're willing to put up with it whenever we know there's a potential toy in there. When there isn't, it's like, what's the point of this place being open?
Yeah, I was like, this could get wiped off the map and no one would miss it.
Exactly.
I don't need rugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I leave there. I am clinically depressed. I go check into the hotel, get room service, watch Spider-Man movies.
Room service? Really?
Yeah. Room service and Spider-Man movies?
I never even knew room service. Like, I thought that went out with the 90s.
No, dude. Room service rules.
What'd you get?
I got a burger the first night, and I was watching... first I watched The Town. Have you ever seen The Town?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. So Burger in The Town, and then I watched a bunch of Spider-Man movies after that.
Cool.
So do my couple of days of work, right? It's whatever. And then I am able to dip early on Wednesday. I'm like, okay, some of this stuff is like old hat to me, so I'm gonna peace out.
Yeah.
So I skate, I type in the Dallas Vintage Toys, dude. It's only 17 minutes away.
Beautiful.
I'm like, yes. So I go over there. I got my tub of stuff, and I am just like, okay, let me center myself real quick.
Yeah.
Like, make sure that I'm fed. Go to the bathroom, right? Like, I'm going to take my time with this. I've got time. I'm unbothered. Didn't even go headphones. I was
wow.
Let me just like...
I'm okay with that. I think places like Dallas Vintage Toys, it's like you got to be fully there.
Yeah, so I was like, no, like... So walk in with the tub, the guy at the counter goes, take them over to the side where the video games used to be. If you guys haven't heard us talk about Dallas Vintage Toys, or you haven't seen it, or if this is your first time reference to it, we are under the impression that it's the best toy store in the world. At least that we've witnessed hands on and like put eyes on. It's among them at the very least. Go listen to our previous episodes where we describe it in full, or go to YouTube and watch their YouTube channel, and you'll have an idea of some of the layout. It is enormous and amazing. So yeah, go over to where the video game section used to be, and that's now their like intake section.
Yeah.
They have like a we buy your stuff area, which, hey, all other toy stores take a tip from Dallas Vintage Toys. Mm-hmm. Buy stuff. Have a section where you do it.
Right.
So I go over. I think they must have had a nightmare customer before me. They've only been open for like an hour when I got there, because they all seem kind of rattled. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. They're not being unfriendly or anything like that, but like they seem like they're a little quieter than they would normally be. And I drop off the tub, and she's like, all right, let's start going through it. And the guy comes over, and he points at a pile that's on the floor, and he goes, that guy was supposed to be next. And she kind of takes this exhale like, oh, God. And I go, hey, I'm not in a hurry. Like, just come find me. So she's like, okay, like, good. Like, she kind of exhales like, whew. I turn around on my heel. I just 180, and what's staring me in the face? All of the NECA TMNT movie figures. All of them. Loose. On like the loose racks. And I'm like, oh God. I haven't even been here for 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Like, so I turn around to the girl because she was wearing a Ninja Turtle sweatshirt. And I was like, maybe she knows more about this than I do. So I asked her, like, hey, are you a TMNT expert? And she's like, I'm not an expert, but like I could try to help you out. And I go, are these the 35th anniversary ones that are in like stores right now? She goes, I don't really know, but all of those are in the back end boxes if you want to compare them. And I'm like, oh, okay. I haven't even been here for 5 minutes, and I've got decisions to make, right? I'm like, this is why you have to be fed and like centered, because you're going to get faced with immediate, and the whole store to go, right?
Exactly.
So I grab a basket. I was like, I see how this is going to go. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to give me for my trade yet. So I grabbed Donatello and Leonardo, and I'm thinking to myself, if these match the two that I got at Walmart, then I could stop going to frickin' Walmart looking for these, because my plan is to have them loose anyway. Right. So I was like, okay, these are big maybes, like big maybes. Go through the rest of the turtles. I'm actually in a really good place with my collection where I don't have to spend a lot of time going through the wrestling section or the Marvel section, because my wrestling and Marvel are basically done.
Yeah.
I did go through them. I just didn't fine-tooth comb it.
Right.
And then just for funsies, I went through the cases of like the Ninja Turtles behind glass and all that kind of stuff, just because like I love looking at it.
Right.
It's a museum as much as it is a store.
Yeah.
And then I went and I started to approach the starting lineups, and I was like, no. These are a last case, like last ditch effort, and I can already feel today's not a last ditch effort. This is like big time.
Yeah.
Okay, we just did the episode about Batman the Animated Series. I just decided that New Adventures of Batman and Robin Adventures, whatever the hell these shows are called, that they're now on the table, and I had decided what's on the table. After we did that episode, I made a checklist. And I was like, if it's the only way I can get that character, then I'll include it. So I walk over, and the first thing that's facing me is Ra's al Ghul from the Adventures of Batman and Robin. And then I look through it a little bit more, and I find the Mad Hatter from the new Batman Adventures. And there's a couple other things in there that were kind of piquing my interest a little bit. I think there was a Man-Bat, but it had a yellow bubble.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't remember if I had Man-Bat or not, and now I'm regretting it as I'm saying it. But there was I think there was one Batman the Animated Series figure in that whole thing.
Wow.
That's like a weak point for them, honestly, or maybe not a weak point, but it sells fast or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they really don't have that much Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I wonder if it just sells fast.
Like, but they have a ludicrous amount of all other vintage Batman, all other 90s and 2000s Batman, like 80s. Like they have, it's just that one thing that I collect. So I have a great time going through the rest of them. I was looking at the Superman Man of Steel and Superman animated series.
Yeah.
I was looking through the Total Justice. I was looking through all that zone of Kenner.
Yeah.
Like, goodness. And then I'm looking up top. I'm looking at the 5-packs that we talked about last episode, and I just kind of was like, it just isn't my thing. It wasn't me at the time. It's like retroactively. Sure. They're not off the table, but I'm like, not today. And while I'm doing that, guy comes over with a Post-it note, and it says 100T on it. Like 100 letter T. And he's like, hey man, he's like scared. And he goes, and if you guys haven't seen me, don't know me, I put off an energy that makes people afraid of me. I don't do it on purpose, and I would stop it if I knew how. If you talk to me, I'm an absolute dork. So I don't know exactly what it is. Christian, you told me I walk like I'm heading into the octagon.
Yeah, especially when it's like facing down a like 4'1" Walmart employee.
But anyways, he's real timid when he comes over, and he's like, "Hey man, like the most we could do, just because we have a lot of these, is 100 in trade." And I'm all, "Great, that's awesome."
Yeah.
And he's all, because like I go, "Hey man, I'm not gonna argue with you." And he was like, "Oh, all right, yeah." He's like, "You could just take this up to the front." I made a joke about the Post-it. I was like, "Oh, is this like the official documentation?" He's all, "Yeah." Like, I was like, "All right, man, thank you."
Scared.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I was like, all right, sick. Like, bonus $100.
Heck yeah.
I was just happy to get rid of the stuff.
Sure.
Honestly. So finished going through that section. Then I'm like, all right, I'm going in the other room, like the big, bad, awesome room. Go right to the wrestling section. It's just like a joy for me to just be surrounded by these figures.
Right.
The inbox stuff, there was nothing that I needed. A couple of things had kind of wild prices on them. Or maybe not wild, just more than I was like, yeah, I wouldn't spend that.
Yeah.
Then I went over the case. There was less Hasbros than there had been previously, but they did have the 10 out of 10 mint Honky Tonk Man with the guitar. You do not find 10 out of 10 mint Hasbro figures, and you do not find Honky Tonk Man with the guitar. This is both. I was like, holy crap. Like $45. I was like, all right, I'm coming back to that. So do that, go through the dinosaurs, go through the G.I. Joes, whatever, go over to the wall of like just general 90s Kenner stuff. And I'm looking through the Predator and that kind of thing, but they didn't have anything that I don't already have. And this whole time, all the employees are being crazy nice to me, dude. They're constantly coming over and chatting me up. Not just, do you need anything, but also like, oh, I see you have like Batman in your hand. Like, dude, like, what about this? Like, have you looked at these long boxes? Or like, oh man, I love that show so much. They're just like chatting me up, right? It's like going to see your friends.
Yeah, they're that. I would say like the out of all the toy stores, they're probably the ones that go out of their way the most to just like want to talk with you.
Yeah, and they
genuinely love it too.
They don't treat you really like they know you or like they don't know you. They're just like that with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? They probably presume you've been here before, but they don't necessarily remember me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you couldn't tell. Like, I was just having cool conversations about stuff that I like with them, and it was like there was a good amount of people in there, but it wasn't like overwhelmed, and they were just happy to chat with like me about the stuff that they like. Had a good conversation with a dude about Kenner in general, like 90s Kenner, obviously my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a good time, dude. I was like in no hurry to get out of there whatsoever.
That's the best.
Even though I had a long drive ahead of me, I was like, oh, I'll hang out here as long as it takes. So did the normal loop, went and checked out the graded room. Like, they have a room filled with graded Ninja Turtles and Star Wars, like probably more valuable than most toy stores combined in that room.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like walking into a showroom at a car dealership. They're about the same price.
Yeah, exactly. Went through the whole, down the line of all the like in glass, like vintage G.I. Joe, all that stuff. So in my cart at this point, I've got Ra's al Ghul, Mad Hatter, the 2 Ninja Turtles, and I'm like, let me go back over to the Turtles and see, like, now that I've got this trade, like, what am I working with here? And I'm kind of loosely doing the math in my head, but not really, because for whatever reason, I just kind of blacked out, and I was willing to spend whatever I wanted to out of pocket, as though I've got it like that when I don't. In hindsight, it worked out fine. It could have been a catastrophe financially.
Yeah.
I was being pretty irresponsible, and it just wasn't really a problem.
They were sweet talking you the whole time. That's what they were doing.
So I go back over to the NECA Turtles, and I grab Shredder and Casey Jones. I was like, you know what? I could do a full-blown like movie display here. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I grabbed those, and then I'm like, all right, I'm start doing the math, and I'm like, I'm not that deep out of pocket right now, even though I'm just kind of willy-nilly throwing stuff in this basket.
Yeah.
All right, let me go do like a little bit more of a lap, and then I remembered the Honky Tonk Man. Oh, I forgot about that. So go get the guy to unlock it, throw that in there, and then that was genuinely just kind of all I really needed. I was looking for Batman vehicles and stuff like that. They didn't have them until the frickin' next day when they got all of them in. So what I ended up getting was Ra's al Ghul, Mad Hatter on card, Honky Tonk Man loose, mint, Donatello, Leonardo, Shredder, and Casey Jones. So I got 7 figures. I spent $100 out of pocket. Like, amazing, dude. Like an epic haul. I got my fill. I grabbed everything I wanted on that day that they had. Like, absolute Disneyland. Then I had like 6 hours to get home. Which sucked.
Always a price for paradise.
Yeah. But I went to Shady's afterwards.
Dude, that's freaking hilarious. That's the spot we've been going to. But man, you're somebody who is okay with eating by yourself at a restaurant. I
love eating by myself.
I don't know, there's just something about that. Like if I did it, I would need like a back booth that's like tucked away where my back isn't facing anybody.
Dude, I love eating by myself. It's the best. But yeah, that was my week of toys. I've also, in the interim, I've hit a bunch of Walmarts and Targets and come up completely empty-handed. Went to Collector's Crossroads today for I don't know why.
Dude, I almost did that too.
Don't waste your time.
Did you look at any of the loose figures?
Yeah, I looked at all of it.
Anything?
No.
Nothing.
Darn,
man. Well, good thing I didn't go then.
But my itch is scratched for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I'm always going to be on the lookout, but that's pretty much that's how my week went. You want to resurrect some toy lines?
Let's bring them to life.
The 1990 Collectors.
Jackson just made my collection because Bo knows baseball.
Will Clark, his lumber is lethal.
Mitchell, Grace, Madden, power hitters.
I like the guys I like, you know? Canseco, man can smash the ball a mile.
This year, Brian, from rookie to now, his ERA and win-loss stats keep getting better and better.
Bo's first-year stats, check them out.
Each sold separately, now with a rookie card. Starting lineup 1990, the Collector's Choice.
They're totally fresh.
They're slamming. They're jamming. They're bad.
All right, this is a segment that we've only done it once.
Yeah.
It feels like we've done it 100 times, but I guess we've only officially only done it one other time.
Really, we just talk about the same toys almost in every episode. So
that can have something to do with it. So basically what Toy Line Resurrection is talking about a defunct toy line or a dead toy line or a failed toy line from the past and talking about the specifics of what we would do to bring it back to life right now, today, modern age. Not just because we want to see it and like it, but also the strategies of how it would actually appeal and sell and make you guys buy it. Right, so that sort of thing. So this was your baby. You had an idea. What toy line are you bringing back to life?
You know, if it were up to me, I'd bring back Toy Biz. That's probably the biggest white whale.
The company
I'd
Toy Biz?
bring back Toy Biz, the company. But outside of that, after Toy Biz had lost the Marvel figures, which for some reason I have to do. I think we talked about it whenever I did like a history of Toy Biz episode. They lost the Marvel characters, and this is right before they basically went out of business. Right?
Yeah,
What's that?
Didn't they change? They changed the name of the company.
To Marvel.
Marvel bought them.
Yeah, it was like Marvel Toys. They just were going through Hasbro. Marvel Legends and all those were going through Hasbro.
The Marvel license went to Hasbro.
Yeah.
And Toy Biz got bought by Marvel.
Yeah, so it was Marvel Toys.
Yeah.
Really, really weird. But they did the line that I actually just love so much, which is the legendary comic book heroes, which was paying homage to all these other sort of Dark Horse, literally Dark Horse characters, but also just as kind of these things that now, maybe in today's day and age, are gonna get a NECA or a Hot Toys or something like that, just because that's what it's like now. But yeah, the first wave, or I guess they did 2 waves, and then a couple 2-packs, but first one was a Monkey Man Build-A-Figure series, which, again, I don't even really know what Monkey Man is from. I'd actually have to go back and look that up. So it started with the character Ann O'Brien. No idea what that's from.
It doesn't tell you on the packaging?
It does, but I kind of was speeding through this process because I realized I knew some of the characters that they had, but I was let me go back and make a list of all of them.
That's a 2-pack?
No. This is a Build-A-Figure wave where it builds Monkey Man.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are the characters that are part of that line. So it's a lot of it is Image, Top Cow, 2000 AD, should be Dark Horse in there, I think, but just sort of these older indie comic kind of characters.
Yeah.
Witchblade, stuff like that.
No, I'm looking at Monkey Man. I've never seen this character in my life.
Exactly.
He's basically a just soldier gorilla.
Yeah.
An enormous soldier gorilla.
Yeah. So it's probably from like some late 90s.
Yeah, it's got to be like Image or Dark Horse kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, so this Monkey Man series, Ann O'Brien, Judge Death.
Which is a bad guy from Judge Dredd.
Exactly. There's a transparent variant of his character. Darkness, Madman, Marv from Sin City, Star from Freak Force or whatever, I have no idea. Stryker from Cyberforce, no clue. Again, these like one-off characters. They look really cool.
They're really well made.
Yeah,
like they look like the Toy Biz Marvel Legends quality had continued on and continued to get better, and then this is what you get, but it's for way low level characters.
Exactly. They look really good. I just love that they look like action figures. They look like you would see them on the shelves at KB Toys R Us, where you just be like, I don't even know who this character is, but he looks sick.
Right.
Then they did The Pit, which I don't know who that is either. Giant.
The Pit was like a early 90s like character that kind of didn't take off.
There you go. So in this one, you've got Judge Dredd, which beautiful. You've got Rip Claw. You've got Savage Dragon.
Dude, I love Savage Dragon. I did then.
Okay. Super Patriot, and then Witchblade.
I was really into Super Patriot for like a minute when I was a kid. Like all of these like Image things they had a moment in the sun.
Yeah.
Like that where like, Youngblood and all these kind of characters Wildcats had just a brief moment in the sun.
Well, like a lot of these characters are like they're, some of them are kind of wacky, right? Like Madman, Darkness, those things are kind of wacky. Then you got Judge Dredd, the Super Patriot where they're just kind of over the top, very, very 90s-esque, where it was just like, my face is American flag painted, and I've got a gun that is going to blow us.
Dude, that's all it took at the time, dude, is pockets. Like, tactile. If Rob Liefeld invented them, they're probably going to be popular for a second.
I don't hate it. So I decided to think about that, and I was like, I really love a lot of these one-off characters, because what they remind me of is just being in a KB Toys, or being inside of a half-price books, or a comic shop, when you're just kind of like learning these things and you're like walking past, and it's like being in Blockbuster. There's so many covers to movies that are just like tattooed in my brain because you used to see them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I was thinking about this next line. And so basically I built one wave, came up with a 2-pack, and came up with a vehicle pack. So nothing too crazy.
Okay.
I think if we drop this right now, I guarantee you it would do well.
And then are we talking same scale,
same everything?
It's like, are they similar to like modern Marvel Legends kind of look, or
okay, so every part of me wants to go back and get the same builds as they were because of how they looked. But obviously, if we're going with 2026 modern action figure articulations, I'm skipping Marvel Legends, and I'm going straight to the way that NECA does Flash Gordon.
Okay.
The Batman and Alien 2-pack or Predator 2-pack, like that.
I think what
aesthetic.
you like is the like hyper realistic and that like gritty kind of looking paint app.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe that paint app, but
it's like hyper realistic, super hyper muscular, like kind of. It just looks like an action figure.
Gradient paint, like with like wash on it and shadowing. Yeah,
exactly. So this first wave, I pulled out some characters. Again, this one could be tricky. But I know that if I saw it, I would be tempted by all of them. So we're going to kick things off with the Rocketeer.
Oh, dude, I'm pre-ordering that.
Exactly. So obviously he's going to come with his accessories. He's got the jetpack. He's got the helmet, removable helmet. He's got the little like 1911 pistol or whatever he's got.
The little Ruger.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. So you're going to have that character. The next one, we're going Dick Tracy.
Fire.
So we don't. I mean, I'm sure there are out there. I think Mezco does Dick Tracy, or Hot
I think
Toys.
they might have the license. I don't know if it's like active.
Yeah, I don't know. They put them out there, but that's kind of what I'm saying is like these characters like never had really.
Are we starting with No Face?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, I think it's like we're just going to see what happens. We're going to see what the market does, right?
Yeah.
So, but you get like a 6-inch Dick Tracy. You know, he's got maybe like a cloth cape. So the way that Gambit in the Marvel Legends Toy Biz, he's got a cloth cape, right? You can take it off, you can put it back on. Same thing with the Dick Tracy. Maybe the hat comes off as well. You got, you know, like whatever accessories are going to come with him, right? You got a pistol or with a little snub nose, and maybe something that's a little bit more like a little Easter egg thing that you can throw in there. After Dick Tracy, we got Space Ghost.
Oh, dude, you're on fire right now.
If you think about it, like there are Space Ghost action figures.
But it's literally on the back of my laptop.
Literally, exactly. So if you had because like I found a Space Ghost figure at Dallas Vintage Toys the last time I was there, and I was like, dude, this looks like just sick. But it was kind of like not really articulated. It was like maybe his knees bend, his elbows bend, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you do like that classic Toy Biz 42 points of articulation, you got a cape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like you essentially do like a Batman head with no
Is
ears.
basically what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You do that, whatever accessory he's going to come with. Doesn't he have like a little alien counterpart or a little like monkey or something like that?
There's a little monkey guy and some little kids and stuff. Like,
Okay.
It's been a really long time since I watched the actual 60s like action space. I've watched the crap out of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but it's been a minute since I've seen the OG show.
Yeah,
but,
the OG. So whatever characters fit for that, something
Yeah.
that like an additional piece that comes with them, something smaller, whatever,
Yeah.
like a little monkey guy or whatever. I'm not super familiar with it. I just love the way he looks.
And that's basically what this line is. Like, nobody's necessarily familiar with it. It's just characters that look cool
They just
and
look
have
cool.
name recognition.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one we're going the Shadow.
Okay.
Because
I saw
it's
some shadow figures today.
Yeah, so it's if we make them again, we make them a little bit more articulated. It's like all of these sort of fit like a similar noir, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a noir classic feel. So we do the Shadow. It comes with the double pistols, and then again, whatever accessories. I'd say probably comes with a the scarf on his face.
Yeah, for sure. That's
cloth.
That's the character.
Yeah, cloth scarf on his face that you can pull down and pull up. Whatever.
Oh, it's actual soft goods.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think you go soft goods. Probably, I don't know. You could take the head off if you want. You just think about whatever accessories and whatever's going to make the most sense for that character. Probably be a cool idea to actually do cloth goods for the jacket for what he's wearing too. After the Shadow, this one's funny because I would love to see it in there, and everybody has a piece of it, but Hellboy I think would be
Yeah,
pretty
for sure.
cool.
That would be the carry the wave. You know what I mean, that would be the heavy hitter of the wave.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously you're going to have Hellboy. You get, again, the same level of articulation. He's a little funky because, like, obviously he has such a massive chest and small legs.
Yeah.
I still think you can make it work, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, you apply some of the physics or whatever design for, like, the way the Hulk is, where he can move at the chest. You know what I'm
so
saying?
you just counter the weight.
Yeah, you just counter the
Or he
weight.
comes with a base.
Or he comes with a base, yeah. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Like, the same way. Oh, my
Like
God.
the way the G.I. Joe does it or something. Everybody should come with a base.
Dude, all right. So before I finish this last one here, I would do what Toy Biz did, where they would come with something specific.
Like a play piece.
Play
like a
piece.
little like play feature piece.
So we'd have to figure out what that would be for each character.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
like, the Rocketeer, obviously, is
Dude,
like,
it could just be the blast from his jetpack.
Beautiful.
Is a stand.
oh, my God.
Yeah.
Dick Tracy could be like a street scene or something like
Yeah,
that. Maybe
street lamp or
street
car
lamp.
door or something like that.
Something like that. Space Ghost could be, again, whatever.
Yeah,
We could come
yeah.
up with one for all of them. My last one, though, is paying homage to one of my favorite movies from back in the day. I need to go back and rewatch it. But I feel like this character doesn't get enough love at all. Zorro.
Dude, you're right. Zorro doesn't get nearly the love that he should.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll make a movie imminently.
Well, David Goyer was like writing a script back when I want to say The Dark Knight Rises was like coming out. It was supposed to be like a gritty version of Zorro, where instead of a horse, he was going to have a dirt bike, and it was going to be like a modern origin story type Zorro movie. It just never came to fruition. But
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
yeah, I feel like Zorro would be pretty cool. You just give him I think he's got the whip. He's got like
He's got a little sword.
He's got the sword,
Yeah.
obviously.
Oh, he could be battle damaged.
Could be battle damage.
That'd
That could
sick.
be cool. That
Tore
could be
up
sick.
and bloody.
All right, so that's pretty much what the first wave. I actually was going to do a build a wave, like a build a figure wave for all of these characters. The truth is, I was having a hard time thinking about like what are big characters that haven't already been
Yeah,
used.
that's actually a tough task.
It was a tough task. So I thought about the Max.
Okay.
I didn't know who that character is, right?
No, basically like the Pit.
Yeah.
Like a Hulk ripoff, indie comic, like power character with a cool look.
Yeah. Somebody would care about that, most likely.
He had an MTV show on Liquid Television with like Eon Flux and like Beavis and Butthead and all that kind of
Crazy,
stuff. The
crazy.
Pit was part of that whole thing.
So that one would likely make the most sense.
Yeah.
This one doesn't make that much sense, what I initially had, because it's not necessarily a comic book character, but it fits so well that it almost makes too much sense. I love the movie. I think it would do really well, but I was going to call it the Iron Giant Build-A-Wave.
Okay.
Where basically each of these characters, because it's all sort of similar, where it's like
that retro.
kind of like retro futuristic noir kind of feel. And so if you built like an Iron Giant, I think that would be pretty cool. All right, I came up with 1 2-pack because I was kind of struggling to see, okay, where could we do this? Because obviously you could do like, Judge Dredd and whatever, like that type of stuff, which I think absolutely should be done, like the Face Off series again.
Dude, if somebody just started a straight up Judge Dredd line, count me in.
Oh, big time. So the 2-pack they have access to Conan. Conan is part of the Pit series. Or no, he's a part of a 2-pack with a character named War or something like that. But in this scenario that I'm doing, right, if Toy Biz, buy the licensing, buy whatever I need to get, I'm also doing Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Because Toy Biz owned Lord of the Rings. They made an amazing... There are more Lord of the Rings figures that I see that I'm like, wait, what? Like, when, where is... They're like... They made so many figures of so many different little scenarios and stuff like that. But I would do a 2-pack with Conan and Lurtz, who is like the Uruk-hai from the Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay.
So he's like the big bad that has the white hand of Sauron on his face.
Yeah.
So you just get like a 2-pack with like Conan versus Lurtz from Lord of the Rings. And I'm like,
Sick.
I'm freaking in. I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Like, then I would do a vehicle 2-pack 100% with Judge Dredd and his motorcycle.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh yes, dude. What's it called? Justice 1 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What is it called? Yeah, dude, that's so good.
But that's my first starting wave. This is where we pitch it. We see how it performs pre-orders. We see how it performs in the stores, on the shelves. And we keep the old price point, $8.99.
It's called Lawmaster.
Lawmasters. Wow. Judge Dredd and Lawmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I basically would start with those characters, see how they go. But, I mean, again...
Dude, that's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I was going to say it's a license to print money. It's not. It's very cool figures sitting in the collector section at Target, but I'm in.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, but like, there's a lot of... I think there's more fans for these characters than there are not. I think
It's just a matter of how big of a run do you make. You know what I mean? It's not
exactly.
going to sell like G.I. Joe Classified sell, but it will sell.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if we make them at a price point that makes sense, like a Marvel Legends price point, and if they have, if they're the best looking version of it, but a lot of those just don't get love in the way that I feel like they could. And I bet you if you released a line that had all of these, the way you could market it, I bet you people would be like, okay. I think a lot of these would also just be a, like the resale value would be pretty high, especially for like some of the other, I don't know, maybe like the Space Ghost or Rocketeer or something like that would do a lot.
Heavy hitters.
But I'm pretty sure Mezco or Hot Toys does a Rocketeer and a Dick Tracy.
I'm sure these
and the
licenses are not exclusive for pretty much any of these because they wouldn't make any money if they had exclusive licenses.
Right.
So
Well, that's what I got, man. Let's hear what you got.
I love it. All right. So the thing that I'm resurrecting, I've touched on it before, actually. when you brought up this idea of doing this, I was like, oh, we've done it a bunch of times, and we hadn't. And I was, because I could have swore I've already talked about this. And I think what happened was it came up in the news one time.
Okay.
So the thing that I'm resurrecting is starting lineup.
Ooh, okay.
And I know some people are thinking to themselves, yeah, they already did that, and it failed miserably.
Yeah.
Hear me out, okay? So if you go back to the original starting lineup, which ran for like 15 years,
wow.
Like there are so many of those figures, right? And we call them figures. They're not. They're a figure like army men are figures. They're basically bigger army men.
Yeah, it's true.
Like with a better paint job.
Yeah.
Right? But what they would do is they would do a football wave, and they would have, Steve Young, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Jerome Bettis, and some linebacker. And you'd cover all the different teams, right? Eventually. And then they would do a hockey wave, and then they would do a baseball wave, and it would be 8 or 6 or 8 figures, different teams, all the like top players at that time. Right.
Okay.
Right. So they're doing modern all-stars.
Okay.
We look at it now and we look back and go, those are legends. Well, they were just all-stars at the time, and now they're legends. They weren't doing legends because legends at the time would have been from like the 50s or the 60s, right? And kids wouldn't have cared whatsoever about them. We live in a different world now, right? So what they did when they put these out in 2020, I want to say it was 2020, when they tried to relaunch starting lineup, and they started with a basketball wave. And it was like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Giannis, maybe Joel Embiid. There was like 6 or 7 of them, I want to say. And they're really good figures. Hasbro makes them because Hasbro owns Kenner, who made the original starting lineup. They're really good figures. They're articulated just like a Marvel Legend, right? Like fully articulated. They came with a basketball. There was a hoop that you could buy. They had hands that had the basketball already affixed to it, so you could do dunking They're posable, man. They're like photographer's dream. Flight stand, right? Because they're basketball players. They got to be like in the air, right? Like this LeBron James you're looking at in my room, that's not a statue. I posed it like that. And you could do anything with that. You could do with a wrestling figure or Spider-Man, really. They have Nike branded shoes on. They have their jersey has like whatever sponsors on it. It's like accurate. It's articulated. The reason that they failed wasn't demand. The reason that they failed was that so the old school ones came with a card. These ones came with a card and an NFT. And in the year 2020, NFTs were like, Jesus Christ, dude, my whole display just almost fell on my head.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that scared the crap out of me. I just put all of those back up.
Okay.
I have to find another way to keep these wrestling figures up here because I'm so tired of picking them up.
That is funny, man.
Anyways,
they just heard you talking about another line. They were just like, enough.
The reason that the 2020 starting lineups failed was the NFT. Because the NFT made the price point $70.
Oh my God.
$70. And then they went on Hasbro Pulse for sale at like $35. But people already were looking at them like a failure that wasn't going to continue by that point. Then they made it to Ross. Then they were...
And Marshalls.
They fell and fell and fell and fell and fell. But it was the outlook that what's the point of buying this one figure that I want? Who cares?
Yeah.
So it's essentially dead and gone. But I don't think it should be. I think they should bring back that line. So maybe a couple months ago in the news, we showed or we talked about the leaked images of the next wave, which was going to be baseball. And there was prototypes for a Bryce Harper, a Shohei Ohtani, and maybe one other one. They're like mismatched resin colors, like they're not finished at all. But imagine a world where that wave does come out. They cost $30 a piece, right? And I'm raising the price from Marvel Legend because you have to pay Shohei Ohtani. You have to pay Nike. Like I get them being a little bit more expensive. But you're a baseball guy, right? So we'll start here. You get Shohei Ohtani, you get Bryce Harper, you get name 3 other baseball players that you love.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, there you go.
Vlad. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a bat, they have a ball, they have a glove hand.
I was gonna say glove hand, ball hand, probably.
Right, you
yeah.
get a couple pitchers that like Shohei Ohtani can come with a bat and like pitching hand, right?
Yeah.
Like all that kind of stuff. They're so posable that you can put them mid swing or mid slide or whatever, right? And then you add in Cal Ripken Jr. because legends are a thing now.
Yeah.
Right? So I would buy the legends. I don't really care about the modern stuff as much, right? So you have like 4 or 5 or 6 current day players and 1 or 2 legends in there too, across all sorts of different teams. Then the next wave of very articulated football figures with like helmets that come off and like, dirty jerseys and a ball stuck to the hand, and you get a running back, a quarterback, a linebacker. You got, Christian McCaffrey and Baker Mayfield and Nick Bosa and Joe Montana, right? Or whatever, right? So what you could do if they follow the game plan of the original starting lineups, people could put together their all-star teams, either of legends or of modern players across all teams, or picture some kid in Chicago that's just collecting nothing but Bulls and Bears and Cubs, right? Because they're not White Sox, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? But like, it was right there. It was so close, and they still have the tooling. They could still do it. It was the price point that was the problem.
Yeah.
And the extra crap. Cards are a big deal right now, so they probably still could put cards in there.
Cards would be smart. That'd probably be the only way that the card game is going to work in the action figure space.
They could partner with Topps or Upper Deck or whoever, right? And help them cover some of that cost, because if they put genuinely collectible cards in there that people legitimately want, then it'll take off, right? Because cards are a big deal.
They are.
Like, cards are a huge deal right now. So that's what I would do, is like sports figures that are actually figures and are super articulated. There's crossover.
There's crossover. I think what you also do is you bring them to the card shops.
Yeah.
You market them to the card shops.
Yeah, sell it at the card shops as well, right?
Yeah.
Like put legit cards in there and people will buy them. The NFT thing is what tanked it before.
Yeah,
it wasn't the figures. The figures are good.
Yeah.
The figures are really good. This LeBron James that I have because I'm a Lakers fan, I really like that figure. And it's also Gambit.
Right.
But yeah, that's where I would go, is with the starting lineup. All right, we're going to have to collapse the news because I've got a hard out, but what I will say to you guys is go follow Toy Shiz on both YouTube and Instagram, because that's where we aggregate the news anyways, and then we just give you guys our opinion of it. So go follow Toy Shiz, because he's got everything you need to know. But right now we are going to create our own G.I. Joe figures.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe!
It's a Cobra attack! Get the G.I. Joe hovercraft! Get the new Joes aboard!
G.I. Joe hovercraft holds 9 Joes. It's the big new way to bring the Joe team into action. And it floats on water.
Release depth charges! Go, Joe!
A real American
Chase that Cobra! Way to go, Joe!
G.I. Joe hovercraft comes with driver, other figures, and equipment sold separately from Hasbro.
All right, so we both like G.I. Joe. I like it more than you do. Mm-hmm. I grew up with it, so it makes sense. You just appreciate soldiers with guns, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we both think that G.I. Joe classifieds are basically the best figures on the market right now.
Yeah.
Like at the price point.
For
right?
sure.
They obviously don't compare.
I would have been a diehard. If Classified was out when I was younger, I would have been diehard for them.
Oh yeah, like if little kids right now that are collecting it, what a great time they're having.
Absolutely.
Right? Like the amount of figures, great figures, like they're affordable. Like what an awesome thing for a kid to have access to. And I have to imagine there's parents that are like around like that 40 to 50-year-old range that are just like shoving it onto their kids. Like,
absolutely.
we get to go buy G.I. Joes this weekend. Like, so we are going to create our own out of the thin blue air. We're going to go through just the base, right? What's their name and their job? Are they Joes or Cobras? We're going to talk to you about the look, right? Came up, oh, dude, I'm so stoked about mine.
I'm excited.
Came up with the look, the color, body type, all that kind of stuff. The loadout, what are they carrying with them? Like, what kind of weaponry do they got? And then their file card, right? Every Joe or Cobra's got to have a file card. So, you want to do this one for one, or you go and then I go?
You started off. I want to know what you got. You
From
read
beginning
it?
to end?
Yeah, I think with the way we should do it is we go like, if you did G.I. Joe or Cobra,
Okay.
you go over their name, specialty, whatever, stuff like that. Then you go to the file card, and then you read the accessories. Okay. I think that way I get the best image of who this guy is.
Okay. So, my guy's name is Mike Hargrave.
Okay.
They call him Warhorse.
Ooh, that's good, man. That's good.
Just based on that, do you have an image?
I got 10 images firing at the speed of light.
They call him Warhorse. His specialty is urban warfare.
That's sick.
Close quarters, indoors.
Dude, I'm getting chills. Like, legitimately, I'm getting chills.
He's a Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course.
He's a Warhorse.
Dude, I'm getting chills because I see this packaging that says urban warfare on it.
Yeah.
Like a line.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Okay, keep going.
Okay. You want to know what he looks like?
Please.
He's enormous, right? He is jacked. He's the largest G.I. Joe ever made.
Beautiful.
Like, picture Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Okay? Like, he's enormous. He's got a tactical vest covered in pockets on, but his enormous arms are exposed.
Sick.
And he's got big, like, SWAT shoulder pads on over it that have spikes.
Frick yeah, dude. Oh my God.
He's got your normal, like, camo pants with boots and all that kind of stuff. Like, your kind of standard G.I. Joe legs, only bigger.
Yeah.
He's got a mohawk.
Okay.
And he's got face paint.
I was about to say, where's the face paint at? That is sick.
He's got face paint. And as far as, like, what he's carrying with him, his primary weapon is a drum-fed automatic shotgun. A fully automatic shotgun.
Beautiful.
Right? That's drum-fed.
That's crazy.
His secondary weapon is a Desert Eagle.
Okay.
Right? Sidearm is a Desert Eagle because obviously big guys carry Desert Eagles.
Yes.
Right? As far as his accessories go, he's got a tactical machete.
That's sick.
And the thing that differentiates him, the thing that he carries that no one else has, is a gigantic chain that he wears around his neck.
Holy crap.
That he uses like a whip.
Oh my God.
Like the same way that Ghost Rider does, basically, right?
That's so sick.
Right, or he can wrap around his arm or whatever he needs to do with it, right? It's a tactical chain that he uses for just damage, right? Just melee.
Beautiful.
All right, so you got the mental image.
I got it.
Of Warhorse. All right, you want his file card?
Give it to me.
I did had so much fun writing this. All right, so I'm going to read it out the way that it's. I looked at the other file cards, right?
Same.
Says Urban Warfare Specialist, primary military specialty infantry, secondary military specialty hand-to-hand combat, birthplace South Side Chicago, Illinois.
Crazy.
Mike Hargrave, a decorated and skilled soldier who thrived at the disposal of enemy personnel in closed combat. I stole the disposal of enemy personnel from Rambo. He found nothing left for him during peacetime. When the fighting stopped, he didn't go home. He stayed overseas and went looking for somewhere where the violence made sense. He found it in the ring.
Whoa.
A dominant force in international pro wrestling circuits, Hargrave built a reputation for brutality. General Hawk tracked him down in Japan and recruited him to use his skills for a greater purpose.
Wow.
Now, when the missions require overwhelming force in tight quarters, when fear is as valuable as firepower, they call Warhorse.
Oh my God.
Dude, picture this guy smashing through walls in order to kill Cobra.
Dude. Amazing.
My thought process was he's basically a Legion of Doom member carrying a gun.
Yeah, well, I knew wrestling was going to be involved somehow.
Oh, for sure.
Somehow.
And I was like, okay, give me an enormous dude, right? Like, Roadblock's too small.
Yeah.
Like, these, like, big dudes, they're too small for my taste.
Okay.
I need somebody bigger. And I also was like, give me the Wolverine of the group who is borderline taking it too far.
Too far.
You know what I mean? But happy he's on your team.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's Warhorse.
Dude, that is amazing.
You pre-ordering that?
Oh, definitely. That is beautiful.
All right, what do you got?
All right, here we go. So mine is a G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Name, Dog Tag.
DAWG?
Oh, that's good, yeah. Real name, Classified.
Oh.
Primary military specialty, rescue operations.
Okay.
POWs.
Okay.
Missing soldiers. Okay.
Love it.
Secondary specialty, he's an escape artist. He's a tracker, intel, deadly hand-to-hand combat. His look, long hair, red headband, black tank top.
This sounds very familiar.
Blue jeans, cowboy boots. Primary weapon, M16 assault rifle. We're keeping it basic. That's all he's ever
got a
known.
very 80s vibe to him.
44 Magnum and a Bowie knife. His accessories, removable dog tags, binoculars, walkie-talkie, blueprint or map of POW camp.
Okay.
And here's his file card. Here we go. While not much is known about the full origin of dog tag, the myth amongst the G.I. Joe headquarters is that dog tag was once a prisoner of war, trapped in a maximum security Cobra brace. It is believed that he spent years in captivity before escaping and freeing those held captive with him. Now, his sole mission is no man left behind. Dog tag is sent into the fiercest jungles, the coldest tundras, and the deadliest enemy compounds, so that no Joe whatsoever becomes the forgotten soldier.
Love it.
And that's him.
Love
man.
it, dude.
That's who I got.
He's got a very Mel Gibson look to him, is what I'm picturing. Like, I was watching some action movie the other day, and I told Danielle, I was like, I'm bringing back 501 jeans with cowboy boots.
Dude.
And she was like, do it.
I mean, I was thinking about it because I was like, maybe I should kind of go over the top, but I thought about how a lot of the Joes, I was like, well, they're all kind of wearing very similar things. I was like, but we don't really have like a Rambo-esque character.
It took everything in me to not just transfer Rambo 1-to-1.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was like, we're both going to have Rambo-related things. My thing was, I also took me everything in my body not to name the character James Howlett before he became Wolverine.
Yeah.
So that was really challenging. But I was thinking, I'm like, man, at first I was going to name him Hopper from Hot Shots.
I thought for sure you were going to do Paulie Walnuts.
I trust me. So what I initially planned, but this one really quick here. I actually was brainstorming with my client William during today's training session.
Okay.
He loved every bit of this conversation, dude.
I
just pitched him. I need to come up with a G.I. Joe. He actually pitched me like 4 or 5 ideas. That were
interesting
great.
that you bring that up. I happen to have some ideas here.
Dude, I mean, we were talking about it. Initially, it was going to be like, okay, if we have like an escape artist guy who kind of goes in and he's like, he's intel or whatever. They already kind of had versions of that. Again, there's freaking 2,000 of them. So then I thought to myself, like, I love the idea of a G.I. Joe character who just doesn't need to, he's not trying to be flashy. He's going to be sitting by himself at the table because you know what? He went to hell and escaped. And now his whole plan, and the reason he's called Dog Tag is because of like the forgotten soldier, right?
Yeah.
You see the soldiers, you're collecting the dog tags, and now you know. So it's like he wears the dog tags as a symbol of like, I know what it's like to lose your brothers, right?
Love it, dude.
To be trapped in captivity. So now his whole thing is like he's gonna break and enter. He's gonna go to the camp on purpose. The idea is
dude, Rambo 2.
There you go.
Yeah,
well,
right.
he's gonna get captured.
Yeah,
and then
First
he's gonna
Blood Part
break
2, dude. He's there looking for POWs.
Exactly.
And they're like, all you do is take pictures. And he's like, what? because they don't expect to find anything, and then he does find something, gets captured, and then comes back with a helicopter and kills everyone.
I mean, there you go. That's kind of my thought process. I was like, dude, there just isn't, there isn't that kind of character where they just, other than Snake Eyes, where it's just like he's kind of doing his own thing. It's like, man, we need a version like that,
Yeah.
And then my thought process too was you come out with a couple different versions. This is like the street clothes version, right?
Yeah.
You got the recon version. You got
Tiger Force.
You got Tiger Force. You got
Yeah.
like the snow tundra vibes because he's like, no matter what, I'm not leaving these guys behind,
I
right?
love it,
So he goes in there. So, but my initial idea, after you gave it to me, was essentially a Sopranos character, and I was gonna do Paulie because he was like in the army, and he's like I did some army before I did my stint in jail.
Yeah,
and then
did some army.
Yeah, so then I thought about it, and I was like, man, there's an episode where they need to they're gonna kill Johnny Sack, right? They decide because he's causing problems because Ralph Cifaretto said the joke about Ginny, right? So then he's like, okay, we need to. They wanted to kill Ralph. They were like, no, he makes the most amount of money. We're not going to kill this guy. So you're being unreasonable, John. So then they're like, well, we're going to kill him. So he goes to Boston to visit his family. And then Uncle Junior tells about these three guys, I forgot what they're called, the DiMaggio brothers or something like that. And there's a name for these three characters who were just like these brute force, henchmen of a guy back in the day when everybody was getting rich off of heroin.
Yeah.
It was like these guys weren't doing it, right? Because the main guy didn't want them selling drugs. And then they found out that the guy was selling drugs, and they said that one of them beat him over the head with a baseball bat. That's why they call him Lou DiMaggio. His real name is whatever.
Yeah.
So I was going to go Lou DiMaggio.
Okay.
And be like a baseball-esque character.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay, he's going to be like...
I think there is a baseball-esque G.I. Joe.
There probably is, because it's like,
there's I think football, baseball.
There's the football dude, yeah.
Yeah, but, that's good stuff, dude. 2-pack with Dog Tag and Warhorse.
That's...
Yeah.
Dude, that's...
The two outcasts.
Outcasts,
yeah,
exactly.
Hasbro. Hit us up,
dude. You either name it like the Outcasts is like the line where you get these like almost too violent, right?
Yeah.
He's like Punisher. He's not going to join the Avengers.
G.I. Joe Max.
That I was literally going to pitch Max earlier. That's crazy.
G.I. Joe Max. They're the ones that were yours has lasers. Mine's a fully automatic shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like, you do your card art or whatever. It's like rather than G.I. Joe classified, G.I. Joe either like Outcasts or Urban Assault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You send them into the trenches, they'll get the job done.
Dude, the idea of using a chain as a whip.
Beautiful.
Because you're so big that it might as well be like lightweight.
You got Cobra, goons. They're inside of a tunnel. They're trying to look for this guy, and all you hear is just the clanking of a chain.
Oh,
right?
God,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Let us write the new G.I. Joe movie.
Part of me is like scared to put this out there because it's just like we're literally just coming up with these amazing ideas that they're just gonna rob from us.
It's fine by me, dude. They do it with all of my other ideas. Like I just want to see it. I don't need to make money off of it. Like, we'll put the juju out there, and the same thing will happen that happened with the Hulk series and Dennis Rodman, right? Like, we say it, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah. All right, get at us at Mighty Champions. Let us know if you would buy the 2-pack with Warhorse and Dog Tag, and hit us with your G.I. Joes. Make up a G.I. Joe, send it to me at Mighty Champions. That would be a really good time for me. What toy line would you resurrect? What do you think of ours? We'd love to hear from you guys. Hit us up. But other than that, we will thank you for spending your day with us, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.